Welcome to Advertising Champions, your go-to destination for insights into the dynamic world of advertising. I'm Tony Stanol, and today we're talking with Terry Ayrault of the JRT agency. He's a Chief Creative Officer. Welcome, Terry.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, you're what's known in the business as a car guy, right? In advertising, you worked at several different automotive agencies in your background.
Well, living in Detroit, you can't help but be a car guy. I mean, every 7 out of 10 jobs are automotive related here. Advertising is probably 3 out of 4. You know, it's insane. There's so many. I mean, the big three are here, and they're still using a lot of localized agencies to do the work, even though they've farmed it out beyond Detroit now. Back in the heyday, it was just, it was all here. And in these giant conglomerate advertising agencies that I had the opportunity to work with back in the 90s and 2000s.
Got it. And then fast forward to recently. I'm not sure how long ago you joined or helped form the JRT agency, but tell us about its inception and what your focus is there.
So JRT is a little bit of a smaller agency. I mean, we're about 100 strong. The agency opened in 1974. This year we're celebrating, actually in September this month, we're celebrating our 50th anniversary in around the Detroit area. I call it kind of Detroit's best kept secret. I worked at all the major acronym-laden agencies from Y&R to BBDO, FCB, when they were here in the city. Over time, they've moved on and opened other branches and things like that. As the automotive industry has sort of consolidated their advertising, there were some agencies that were kind of left out, and closed. I was fortunate enough to start here 10 years ago in 2014, and I have not left. But if you go online and research our agency, we've been around a long time. We've been sort of a utility player in the industry, picking up, where other agencies, might look at a certain account and think, oh, that's too small for us. Well, we're not too small for that. We have a lot of big thinkers here, a lot of people who came from bigger places, and kind of have an all-star team of creatives. And we've been able to take some of these accounts that, were sort of misfits and turn them into something bigger and better, and brand them and help them build their brands from, in some cases, the ground up.
And is it all automotive and related industries?
No, actually, that's kind of the nice thing about this place, is that while we do have a good ecosystem of automotive brands, and we work on things from Stellantis, we do some Dodge work, which is Stellantis. We also have gotten into things like enthusiast marketing for Stellantis, for Dodge. Obviously, we handle the entire DodgeGarage.com, built that from the ground up here, which is a enthusiast site. But we've also been working for Mopar for a long time. I think for about obviously as long as I've been here, we've had the Mopar account, bits and pieces of the Mopar account. Now we have a larger portion of it, and so we know automotive parts, we know aftermarket parts. They have a actual division called B Pro Auto that we branded, and that's churning along well. It's sort of their aftermarket division. And then we do some B2B, and we do some innovative or emerging tech, we call it, for some clients. One of which is Dana, which does drivetrain systems. They've been around for over 100 years in Maumee, Ohio, and we help them with a lot of their electrified drivetrains. Beyond that, we work for Peterbilt. We're kind of their agency of record, really. And we also work on some emerging brands, technology brands such as Luxwell, which is a window manufacturer.
Cool. Well, listen, Terry, last few seconds, you were telling me you have an affinity for advertising characters, as witnessed by all the figurines on your bookshelves behind you, and you're doing something with that knowledge as well, right? Did you say something about writing a book or
Oh,
an
yeah.
article?
Yeah, I've been researching these characters for a long time. Let me see if I can get a better shot of them.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody from the M&M's characters, gosh, I wish I could hold my computer steady. You know, serial characters. I have these really cool little statues of Frankenberry and Count Chocula. So I've been researching and writing a book on these characters for years. I've spoken to advertising people who created these characters, who started them and came up with the ideas. I spoke to an old boss of mine from Gray Advertising in New York who was on the team that developed Count Chocula and Frankenberry. And that kind of got the ball rolling, and spoke to the daughter of the innovator of Trix, the rabbit, and a bunch of other people. There's some great Noid stories. You remember Domino's had the Noid?
Sure. Yeah.
And so I've compiled that into a book, and I've been taking photos of these little toys in their natural habitat, as I call it. For instance, Speedy from Alka-Seltzer is in a medicine chest.
Okay.
Things like that.
Very nice. You'll need to get in with the Leo Burnett people, because they were well known for their characters over the years, in the 60s and 70s.
I've spoken to them. They've been really good. They've been really helpful.
Very good,
So
Terry. Well,
that.
thanks for being with us today. We'll definitely look for the book. I'm a big fan of nostalgia and advertising together.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
You too. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Advertising Champions. You can find more podcasts like ours at dailynewsnetwork.com. We'll see you next time.
We've been around for 16 years, working with clients, with thousands of clients. We're working with agencies to be able to scale them and grow them and provide them services that would cost them way more than it would for them to do it themselves. Anything oriented around lead generation, video creation, web design, we're full service, so we can really serve most people.